Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Initiative National Debate Competition INDC 2025. Before we start, we make clear that you are now joining the right room. It's round 16, session 1, room A. So this match between Ewako as the affirmative house and the Mambris Plus as the negative house. All right. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Aisyah Junaid. You can call me Ais. I'm from Kantor Cabang Banjarmasin, Kedeputian Wilayah 8. And I will be your moderator for this session. And now I am with Miss Aryani from Korpu as the operator and timer keeper for today's sessions. And then we would like to express our gratitude for our 3 adjudicators. The first honorable adjudicators, we have Mr. Arif Budiman. Hello. Hello, Mr. Arif.
Yes, hello,
Yes.
Ais and everyone. Thank you for joining.
Yes, we already chit-chat before, so I will go to the next adjudicators. Our second honorable adjudicator is Mr. Angga. Hello, Mr. Angga.
Hello, good afternoon, guys.
Hello. Maybe Mr. Angga is our finalist last year, so maybe you can say anything to the both of them. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's what you want to say.
Right, maybe a little bit. Have fun for today, guys, because you will miss this moment when you can't join as the debater. So I miss debating like you guys a lot when I watch you guys debating. So it's a fun experience, but don't forget to stay on track because when we debate, sometimes our emotions just get over our strategy. So keep calm and do your best.
All right, thank you, Mr. Angga. And the last honorable adjudicator, we have Miss Ria Medisina. Hello, Miss Ria. Hello again.
Hello, good afternoon, Ais and Mr. Arif. Good afternoon, Mr. Angga. Hopefully we can have an exciting debate performance today from Ewako and Mambris.
Yeah. I remember you're the third place last year, right?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, thank you so much for. Okay, and here we have 2 teams that have joined us today. Allow me to introduce them to all the participants. The first team called themselves Ewako. Hello, Ewako.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Halo, Ewako from Capville 9, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Ewako, as the first speaker, we have Mr. Hans Joni. And the second speaker, we have Miss Asti Eka Ramadhani. The third speaker, we have Miss Aulia Farunisa. And with their counselor, Mr. Syahrir. Okay, maybe you can introduce yourself one by one from the first speaker.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hans Joni, as already said by Miss Ais, and then I am cashier at Polewali branch office. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. John. And then next, for the second speaker of Ewako, please, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Asti Eka Ramadhani from Bekasi Kendari. Thank you.
Thank you. For the third speaker, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aulia Farunisa. I'm a telecollecting staff at KC Palopo. I'm really excited because this is my very first time joining INDC. I hope we can enjoy the process and have a great match. Thank you very much and good luck to all of us.
Yes, good luck to the Ewako team. And next, we are going to the second team as the negative house. We have the Mambris Plus. Hello again, Mambris Plus.
Hi.
Hello. We already met before, and now you are the negative team again. And we have Mr. Faris Ihsan Nugraha as the first speaker, and Miss Putri Rezeki as the second speaker, and Miss Siti Hadijah as the third speaker. Okay, and with their counselor, Mr. Rizky Arlin. Maybe you can introduce yourself one by one from the first speaker. The floor is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Faris Anugraha. You can call me Faris. Now I'm planning and finance staff of Kedeputian Wilayah 12. Thank you.
Thank you. And then the second speaker.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Putri, but you can call me Kiki. I'm in Kedeputian Wilayah 12 as staff in kepesertaan dan mutu layanan. Thank you.
Thank you. And the third speaker, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Siti Hadijah Muni and I am from Kaca Sorang. Let's do our best, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we start, maybe I want to ask before from the Ewako team. This is your first time, and the Mambris Plus, this is not their first time. So what do you feel right now?
Very nervous.
Was and for the first speaker, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's nervous, of course, even though I have participated in 2022, but yeah, the tense, it's already made me goosebumps.
Okay, so this is not your first time, right? And
Yep.
but the second and the third speaker is the first time.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
true.
first time.
Okay, just enjoy the show. Okay, from the Mambris Plus, I remember first and the second speaker, it's not their first time, but the third speaker is your first time or not?
It's my first time, Miss.
Okay, but you did very good. Okay, for all the teams, please enjoy and fun the session. All right, before we start, maybe I allow me to read again the small rules for all the participants. First, no participants are allowed to open their microphone before allowed by the moderator. Second, team members have to rename themselves with format team name underscore first, second, or third, and team name underscore counselor. I think we're good in here. And the third, each team member joins with their own Zoom account, not allowed join in a single account. And the last, the operator may do the necessary thing to make sure that the session runs smoothly. And I want to say hello to all the supporters from the Kedeputian Wilayah 9 and 12. To all supporters, you are encouraged to give your best support as much as possible to your favorite team. So the column comment is free to use, guys. Okay, let's start the debate. So our motion for today is this House believes that the Indonesian government should actively discourage young people from immigrating abroad. So this is our motion that we already shared before. And both of them, we make sure that you are guys ready for this motion, right? Okay. So without any further ado, the first chance of speaking comes to first speaker of affirmative side. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Maybe Miss Ariana, can you set the time?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ariana. Okay, first speaker of the affirmative team. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, honorable adjudicators and respected opposition and audience, good afternoon. As the first speaker of the affirmative house, I stand firmly in support of the motion. This house believes that Indonesia government must actively discourage young people from emigrating abroad. For the first, let us begin clarifying and defining the motion. What is immigrating abroad? It refers to the act leaving Indonesia to settle permanently in another country, often to study or to be employed. And the second is actively discourage, means that the government should implement strategic policies to make staying in Indonesia more attractive and feasible. And our position is grounded by three key arguments. Ladies and gentlemen, the first is brain drain harms national development. As Indonesia is facing a critical brain drain as growing number of skilled youth, particularly university graduates, seek better opportunities abroad. This trend, as highlighted by Unitasari in 2021, is closely tied to country rising educated unemployment and poses a serious threat to national development. And then drawing parallels with the country like India and China, where over 70 4,000 Indonesia risks losing very minds its needs to build prosperous future. The second is cultural and social disconnection. Ladies and gentlemen, brain drain in Indonesia is not only an economic issue, but also a cultural one. Research by Asep Saifullah reveals that many Indonesian scholars who study abroad choose not to return due to the poor welfare and limited career prospects. So Indonesia must consider similar policies to prevent lasting disconnected and its overseas intellectuals. And the third is the government has a duty to create opportunities at home. The affirmative side does not seek limited freedom, but argues the government to make Indonesia more attractive for its youths. This involves investing to research and higher education, offering competitive career opportunities, adaptive, inclusive youth policies strategies supported by comparative study across 32 countries. And ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia must address youth immigration not by limiting freedom, but by empowering its young talent, by tackling the roots caused by brain drain and fostering a supportive environment at home and country and retain its brightest minds, strengthen cultural identity, and drive sustainable national progress. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, the first speaker of the negative house. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. The time begins once you start speaking.
Honorable adjudicators and all of Duta BPJS Kesehatan, good afternoon. The motion before us is this House believes that the Indonesian government should actively discourage young people from immigrating abroad. As the first negative, I strongly oppose this motion. Since the first speaker of affirmative house has not explained the motion's definition clearly, allow me to redefine the motion first. According to Cambridge Dictionary, government is a group of people who control a country. Discourage means to make someone feel less confident, enthusiastic, and positive about something, or less willing to do something. Whilst emigrate means to leave a country permanently and go to live in another one. Therefore, we believe this motion refers to the act of Indonesian government that take deliberate action through policies, campaigns, regulation, or incentives to make young people less likely to move and settle abroad. The affirmative will likely say that the immigration means a permanent loss, like what the first speaker of affirmative said before: brain drain, lack of talent, and weakened nationalism. Even he mentioned about cultural. That's too far away. This picture is simplistic. Even when Indonesians settle abroad permanently, they do not vanish from our nation story. Instead, they form diaspora communities that continue to contribute through remittances, investment, knowledge transfers, and cultural diplomacy. To say that immigration only causes loss is like saying planting a seed abroad means losing the tree. In fact, those roots grow stronger and branch back to Indonesia in powerful ways. The issue at hand is not whether Indonesia follows its shore. Of course it does. The issue is whether active discouragement of immigration is the right policy tool to achieve national development. I will argue that it is not, for several reasons. The first, youth immigration is not inherently harmful. It often strengthens Indonesia through diaspora contribution, like what I said before. And then, discouragement strategies create more harm than good. It creates stigma, resentment, and even more disconnection from the homeland. Just like what some countries have ever did before, it fails. For those facts, the negative second and third speaker will present the relevant data and statistics later. So ladies and gentlemen, our message is clear. Immigration is not abandonment, it's expansion. Discouragement harms more than it helps. For these reasons, I proudly affirm once again that the Indonesia government should not actively discourage young people from emigrating abroad because the reason that I've already stated before. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the first speaker of the the negative house. All right, the next from the second speaker of the affirmative house, the time begins for you start speaking.
Honorable adjudicators and respected opposition, I'm Asti, second speaker of Ewako team. I will simply take as the first speaker Mambris team request. I will continue by showing you why I strongly believe that Indonesian government must actively discourage young people from emigrating abroad. First, let us talk about human resources. According to the Indonesian Student Association, there are currently around 162,000 or 0.3% Indonesian students studying abroad. The World Bank, as it is by government of Lemhanas, also report that around 2% of highly educated Indonesia diaspora decide to stay overseas. Now, let's put this into perspective. If 162,000 of our students are studying abroad, then about 16,100 of them may never come back. And according to the OECD, in their 2022 report, nearly half of all Indonesian immigrants in OECD countries are highly educated. So, what does this mean? It means Indonesia is in danger of a brain drain like our first speaker mentioned. Can we really afford that? Of course not. Second, let's look our needs here at home. Indonesia desperately needs experts in every field, in healthcare, education, in technology, and so many more. Consider healthcare. A 2025 study by Airlangga University shows that Indonesia only has 3.8 health workers per 1,000 people, far below the WHO standard of 4.4 per 1,000 people. Now, let's look at education. The Ministry of Education that by 2024, Indonesia will face a shortage of over 1.3 million teachers, largely because nearly 70,000 teachers of 2.3% will retire in that year alone. So, if our doctors, our teachers, our scientists, and our engineers leave this country, who will Indonesia? Who will educate our children? Who will heal our sick? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality we face. On one hand, our young people are eager to seek opportunity abroad. On the other hand, our nation is still desperately short on experts in every vital sector. If this trend continues, we will not only fall behind, we will lose very people who could drive Indonesia forward. And this is why, without any doubt, the Indonesian government must actively discourage young people from emigrating abroad. Because when we keep our best talent here at home, we are not just protecting our present, we are investing the future of our nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the second speaker of the Ewako. Next, the second speaker of the Mambris Plus. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Good afternoon, the honorable adjudicators and all of the participants. Let me continue our case by showing you the evidence behind our main arguments. First, the economic and cultural contribution of our diaspora are undeniable. Remittance. According to data from Bank Indonesia in 2020, Indonesian migrant workers and immigrants send home over 10.5 billion US dollar every year. That is larger than the entire national budget for higher education. This money directly supports families, boosts local economies, and reduce poverty. Based on data from Bank Indonesia, remittance in Indonesia increased to 4,248 million US dollar in second quarter of 2025 from 4,163 million US dollar in the first quarter of 2025. Diaspora networks. Indonesia has over 8 million diaspora living abroad. Kementerian by data from Kementerian Luar Negeri in 2023, that Indonesian living abroad, they are not lost to our country. They are an asset, a source of strength for our national economy. Far from being lost, these communities established Indonesia Chamber of Commerce, promote batik, cuisines, and tourism, even lobby foreign government in favor of Indonesia. Let us examine why actively discouraging means. Evidence from Philippines migration policy show that when the government tried moral discouragement campaign in the 1990s, immigration didn't stop. It merely made migrants feel stigmatized and less connected to their homeland. Contrast this with India's diaspora policy, which openly embraced immigrants, offering them investment scheme and cultural ties. What is the result? The result is in 2022, India received 111 billion US dollar in remittance, the largest in the world. If Indonesia take the path of discouragement, we risk alienating our youth and repeating the failure of others. If we embrace them, we multiply their contribution. The affirmative may argue that immigration causes a systematic brain drain, but the data doesn't support this. A UNESCO report 2018 showed that 40% of international students developing countries broke their knowledge through collaboration, investment, and digital platform. Brain gain, not brain drain. It's the modern reality. Honorable Adjudicators, the data is clear. Discouraging immigration is the wrong policy. Therefore, negative term firmly stand against the motion, and for that, the Indonesian government shouldn't actively discourage young people from the emigrating abroad. Thank you.
Thank you so much from the second speaker of the negative house. Next, the third speaker of the affirmative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
The honorable adjudicators, respected opponents and audience, like the statement that has been spoke by our first and second speaker, I will elaborate more why the affirmative house believes that the Indonesian government actively discourages young people from emigrating abroad. First, let us be clear. Young people means those in the productive age of 18 to 35. Emigrating abroad means long-term stay or permanent work. With this definition, this debate is focused on the real issue, the long-term outflow of Indonesian talent. If negative house says about remittances helps the economy, yes, money comes back, but money cannot replace lost innovations. Clearly, money and talent are not the same. If remittances are enough, then what? Is it can buy back the creativity and leadership they could have contributed here? If remittances were truly enough, then countries with the highest remittance inflows like Nepal or the Philippines will already be leading and innovation. But the reality is they still face brain drain and underdevelopment. Brain drain is a serious threat. Indonesia true assets are not money sent from abroad, but the human capital, young doctors, engineers, teachers, and innovators who stay and work here. Without them, no amount of remittances can buy back the leadership and creativity we lose. With due all respect, if negative house says about migrants will return with new skill or migrants about freedom of choice and government shall not interfere, The OECD has shown how this brain drain creates long-term national losses. According to Statista 2023 by Katerina Bushels, more than 70,000 Indian doctors migrated to OECD countries, leaving shortage in their home healthcare system despite India's massive population of over 1.3 billion. Our second speaker has proof with data about brain drain. Now imagine Indonesia facing the same path. If our young doctors, engineers, and innovators live in large numbers, we risk hollowing out the very sectors that sustain our national development. Discourage immigration is not oppression. We respect freedom, but the government has a duty to secure national development. For what purpose has Indonesia spent billions educating its youth if the benefit is going to other countries? As former Minister Anies Baswedan reminded us, loving Indonesia requires patience, so building the nation is not always easy, but it is necessary. Let's think of this way. Can an Indonesia engineer working in America directly fix our infrastructure gaps? Can a doctor in Germany directly treat our people? Of course not. Remote nationalism or diaspora culture cannot replace the impact of being here, working with and for Indonesians. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the third speaker of the affirmative house. Next, the third speaker of the negative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and respected opponents. I want to emphasize some points that delivered by my first and second speaker previously. At the same time, I want to rebut some points from affirmative house. When they talk that brain drain is permanent, in fact, countries that embrace their diaspora, like India and China, leverage them in leapfrog in technology. Discouragement cuts us off from these resources. In the 90s, India did not discourage permanent immigration. Instead, it builds bridges with Indian tech workers in Silicon Valley. Many of these permanent immigrants became investors and mentors for India's IT sector. Today, India's tech exports are worth over 150,000 billion US dollar annually, and global CEOs like Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella remain cultural ambassadors, strengthening India's international influence. That success will never have been possible if India had branded immigrants as traitors or discouraged them from leaving. The point is simple. Countries that discourage immigration isolate themselves, losing access to this powerful diaspora resource. Countries that embrace their immigrant transform what looks like brain drain into a permanent global network that drives national progress. And also, they said that remittances are not enough. The affirmative dismissed 10 billion US dollar in remittances as small, but that's larger than Indonesia's annual budget for public housing and nutrition programs combined. That money directly lifts millions of families out of poverty, fuels local consumption, and creates new business. Losing that will worsen inequality at home. And they also talk about discouraging youth from immigrating will strengthen domestic opportunities. The affirmative talks about building domestic opportunities, but with what resources? Indonesia's fiscal situation is already strained. Our tax ratio is below 10%. Education, healthcare, and innovation are still lacking proper investment. Worse, Indonesia Corruption Watch found 56 trillion rupiah lost to corruption in 2023 alone. So let's be honest, telling young people to stay in a system that can fund their future is not opportunity. Until we fix the fundamental, immigration is not a loss. It's a rational strategy for survival and contribution from abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges. So basically, as we already said before, the clash is clear. The affirmative argues that the Indonesian government should actively discourage young people from permanently emigrating abroad. We, the negative, believe that approach harm both our citizens and our nation's future. For that, we oppose this motion. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the third speaker of the negative house. Right now, we are entering the conclusion part. The first team that delivered their conclusion or replies goes to the negative team and replied by the affirmative team. From the negative team, so you shall be ready. Okay, the first speaker. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class in this debate is clear. The affirmative word is smaller, inward-looking, and afraid of losing talent. The negative word is bigger, outward-looking, and confident enough to embrace its people wherever they go. Let's be honest, which vision makes Indonesia stronger? The affirmative told you stories of brain drain and national weakness. Put India and China into this case. You will understand it. But what did they miss? They ignored that Indonesia already gains enormously from its diaspora. And the affirmative once again said that, can the technology gap fixed by the engineer that work in USA? No, but money does. Every year, our immigrants send home over 10 billion in remittances. They build trade bridges, and they amplify our culture and diplomacy abroad. Discouraging them doesn't protect Indonesia. It cuts us from this engine of growth. Honorable adjudicators, we show you undeniable facts from economics, remittances, investment, and entrepreneurship from abroad are crucial lifelines. From global networks, countries like India and China use their diaspora to leapfrog in multiple sectors. We can do the same. From policy reality, discouragement has failed elsewhere. What works is engagement and reform at home. And what has the affirmative given you? An appeal to fear. Fear that for youth will vanish forever. But fear is not a policy. It does nothing to solve the real issues. So at the end of the day, the choice is clear. Discouragement is a backward step, root in control and fear. Engagement is a forward step, root in trust and vision. Just like what Foreign Ministry identified the 8 million diaspora as change agents in innovation, culture, and sports, vital to achieving the Golden Indonesia 2045 vision. For those reasons, this House once again firmly believes that the Indonesia government should not discourage young people from emigrating abroad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're doing very well in your time. The next, your turn. Affirmative House. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay, from the first speaker. Your time begins once you start speaking.
The honorable educators and the audience, we know that while the cultural exchange that the Executive House said that and diaspora network sound positive, they are only symbolic benefits. Cultural pride abroad does not build the hospitals, does not create our industries, and does not directly solve poverty here. Indonesia needs their engineers. Indonesia needs the doctors. Indonesia needs the innovators working inside their country, not just cultural ambassador about. Remittance are about consumption. Innovation, leadership, and research are permanent nation-building assets. No amount of money can replace the absence of skilled youth in hospital, school, and industry. If the remittance were truly enough, the country with massive remittance flows like Nepal or the Philippines would already innovated leader, but they are not. Indonesia must learn from this. And ultimately, to preserve our human capital, protect our culture, and accelerate national progress, the Indonesian government must take active steps to discourage youth immigration. By turning potential loss into opportunity, we can ensure that Indonesia's brightest minds contribute not to progress of other countries, but to the future of their own nation. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you. You still have your remaining time. Do you want to use it?
I think that's enough. That's all from us. Thank you, Miss.
All right. Now the debate session is over. Thank you so much for the both of team. You're doing very well. And now it's time to let our honorable adjudicators to have a breakout room to discuss this debate session. And we will come back in few minutes with the winner announcement. Thank you so much. Okay, hello again. We're back, everyone. For Ewako and Mambris Plus, how do you feel right now?
Superb as always.
Nervous?
Still nervous but relief.
Relief, okay. It's done, right? It's already done. Okay, welcome back to our honorable adjudicators. By the way, it's been very tough decision for our adjudicators to make decision that who is the winner of this session. But of course, this is competition, and we need to decide which team deserve to go to the next round. But before the announcement, we would like to invite Mr. Angga to deliver his comment and give us the comment session. To Mr. Angga, time and media are yours.
Thank you, Ms. Ais. Congrats, guys. Congrats to some of you for your first debate competition. That was an interesting debate. There are many things that I want to address, but I will just take one point for each team. For the affirmative house, there is a big opportunity that, or I think one of your privilege as the affirmative house that you haven't used well is it to limit the motion, because you as the affirmative house have a privilege to limit. I think like you can limit this what kind of discouragement you can do, or what kind of Indonesian that you discourage to go abroad. So you can limit the motion and make it more specific on your behalf. You haven't done that, so it will make the negative house be more attractive to you on this case. And you haven't elaborate enough on how you will discourage the Indonesians, because when you elaborate more about on how and the policies that you will take, it will strengthen your position as the affirmative house, I think. And for the negative house, jam terbang ya, juga. Third time, so you guys know how to deal with this motion well, and you elaborate more and describe the motion more clearly. So, but maybe the negative house can specify more on the rebuttal about how the affirmative house still lack on elaborating about their stance about the motion. So, but that's a really good debate, and it's like doing debate on myself. So I really miss debating like you guys. So good luck. If you guys go to the next round, do your best. I hope I can see you in the final, one of you. Thank you. I give it back to Miss Ais. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Angga. Thank you for your input. And then to Miss Ria, it's your time to give the comment. Media, all yours.
Thank you, Ais. Hello, everyone. Are you still nervous? This is a good debate. Everyone supported their argument with data. However, I was hoping for the stronger resistance from the affirmative team to really state their position clearly and provide the concrete solution. And then negative team also did well with the data, but it should also be made clear what solution can be offering. So overall, I enjoyed this debate, but I'm sure you can do even better than this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Ria. And the comment from Mr. Arif. And Ms. Arif will announce who is the winner of this session and who is the best speaker of this session. So, Mr. Arif, time and media are yours.
Thank you, guys. First of all, congratulations. Affirmative House, Negative House. You already done your debate session. So I think Mas Angga and Mbak Ria already mentioned what is our notes about your performance, both of from Affirmative and Negative House. Yeah, I guess both of the houses has strength, their own strength and their own also weaknesses. However, we should choose the best of the best, I guess, because if we compare head to head from the first and second and third speaker, I guess there's some strength and weaknesses from both of your sides. Yeah, Baria also mentioned about the there's still a lot of reason that you can use for defending your statement. Maybe for example, in Negative House, you can mention also emigrate or stay in other countries is one of the human rights. So government cannot encourage our people to stay out in overseas, because as my experience 2 years in United States, the diaspora is really important. I think we need some of our citizens to stay in overseas actually, because a lot of things that can enhance our dignity, our nation dignity. However, I also agree that Indonesia should protect their resources, their talent to keep stay in Indonesia. It is a great topic to debate, great topic to discuss, and yeah, we should choose the winner of the debates. I want to hear the reaction or from the supporter. Can I hear the supporter from Ewako? Oh, they cannot open their mic, right? Also in the chat room.
Yes, we already.
Ewako!
Ewako!
Okay.
Ewaki!
I think that's enough. Even if I stay in South Sulawesi for maybe 8 months, yeah. So I know how the vibes in the Makassar area. Okay, what about Mambris Plus? Where's the supporter? I know it's already night there, right?
Yeah, that's the reason.
Go beyond the limit, Mambris Plus.
Oh, I think Danang is penonton bayaran maybe ya. Okay, thank you. But however, guys, whoever the winner, I guess you already be the winner because you are willing to participate the INDC. That is really good. So the winner for this debate session this afternoon, the score is really similar. The score is really similar, but the winner goes to Mambris Plus, the Negative House. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Mambris Plus. Thank you, Mr. Arif Budiman. Oh, you are not announced the best speaker? Have you announced
The
it?
best speaker. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have different best speaker from each adjudicators. Me, myself, I choose. What's your name, Miss? Sorry, second speaker from Affirmative House.
Asti, sir.
Asri.
Asti.
Oh, Asti, congratulations, Asti. I choose you as the best, as my best speaker because you have a lot of data. You clearly speaking. And, yeah. Congratulations. Maybe from Mas Angga.
Congratulations, Asti. Okay, from Mas Angga and Miss Ria. I think both of you choose one speaker. Who is there? Who is he?
From us is the one and only Mambris plus first speaker.
Congratulations to the first speaker of the Mambris Plus and the second speaker of the Ewako. And congratulations to the Mambris Plus. Welcome to the next session in round 8. And for the Ewako, you did very well. We are highly appreciate. This is a very interesting shows to both of you. An incredible performance. Well, for the winning team, we are about to see you again in the next round. And thank you everyone to join us today's match. And thank you for the honorable adjudicators, Mr. Arif, Mr. Angga, and Miss Ende, and Miss Ria. Sorry, I called you Miss Ende. And thank you so much from Ewako team, first, second, and third, and counselor, and the Mambris Plus team. Thank you so much. And see you again in the next round. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Ais. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Go take the
Mambris
bronze already,
Plus.
Mambris Plus.
Congratulations, Asti.
Go to the final already.